I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at you, I
Back
feel
to
something
another
change.
episode of Her Discussions. Today we will be discussing a topic that's trending not only on social media but in our day-to-day conversations, and that is therapy. So, ladies, what is your thoughts on therapy, and are you currently seeing a therapist? And if not, why not?
I actually don't have a problem with anyone seeking, therapy. I think anybody should be able to like have somebody who they can actually confide in and talk to, not feel judged or whatnot. Me personally, I do not go to therapy. You know what? Honestly, I do thank God all the time that I am a person that does not like let things really bother me and stress me out. That is definitely a blessing for myself, So, I feel like if you, I feel like within the black community, which they have mentioned, far as within like before, where people feel as though like you shouldn't talk to somebody that is a therapist, like what is they feel like something is wrong with you if you want to do that. I feel like that needs to be, um, what's the word I'm looking for, Chandra? I feel like that should be removed. Like people should be able to be
Stigma.
comfortable with, wanting to go and talk to somebody. And I feel like not honestly, not a white person, somebody black who actually can understand you and understand within like, generations of things or whatnot. So that's just my, that's my take on it. So
I'll go next. I've always felt like I needed to see a therapist, but I just put it off so much just because I'm just uncomfortable with sitting down with anyone. It doesn't matter if they're black or white. I'm just uncomfortable with sitting down with someone and telling them all my past traumas, what I deal with now, like, and then me sitting down with that person and telling them all my business, and I have no background on them. So like, I don't know if you're credible. Like, how do I know that you're good? You're the person that I need to be talking to. So I think it's because of the unknown, because you cannot know your therapist back. Like, you cannot know all their business, and if they're like in an abusive relationship or if they've been molested, like they're not gonna get all into their life. And I just feel like I need to know a little bit of more. Like, this is, I have to interview you first so I can make sure that you done dealt with some things, because when I tell you all of this, I need you to really listen, because like not a lot of people know these things. So that's my only reservations about seeing a therapist. But I know for sure that I actually need to see one.
Yeah, I never thought about therapy, and I didn't know anyone who went to therapy because, like you guys said, in the black community, people really don't go. But I found out like recently, well, not recently, maybe some months ago, a friend of mine had started going, and just being in her presence, I could tell that it's helped her. And that's not only just going off about what she said, but I can tell she seems so much lighter. She seems so much happier, and it made me think like maybe I need to go see a therapist because you guys know I've never been a person that's like out there with my feelings. I'm kind of like sometimes I just kind of seem emotionless because I always hold everything in. But like August was a bad month for me, and honestly, I just felt emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally drained to the point I just didn't have any emotions. Like I couldn't feel nothing. But when you think about it in the black communities, like it's so much trauma that goes on that we normalize, like the things that you go through, the things that you experience, the things that you've seen from childhood to even right now, like those things are not normal. And I think it's something that a lot of people can benefit from, and maybe eventually I will go. I don't know when, but I think it's definitely something that everyone can benefit from, even myself. So I'm with therapy.
Um, I'm with therapy as well. I haven't went to go see a therapist or anything like that because, like you guys said, is this everything that we go through is pretty much normal in the black community. So it's just something that we normalize, and we as black women, we're always supposed to be, superwomen. So we bypass everything and we just take everything every challenge that we go through, we fight it head strong or whatever. So me personally, I would like to go see a therapist. I've been thinking about going to see a therapist, simply because I'm the same way as well. I have a lot of anger issues, and it doesn't take much for me to get angry. And I just feel like if I could talk to somebody, whatever, and they could get to the reason why I'm so angry all the time and why I lash out the way that I lash out. And, you know, I don't have the patience to be patient with anybody. I don't have that. And I feel like if someone could talk to me and could actually get that out of me, and I just feel like a therapist would be able to do that. And I would like to pick my therapist as well because I guess that's a thing too. I'm with Trina. I want to know exactly your qualifications on talking to me because I know that I have been through a lot, you know, from birth on to now. I've been through a lot. And I want to make sure whoever that I'm speaking to, they have been through some too, so they can help me out. I don't want somebody who had the easy way out in life come to me and tell me, well, hey, this is going to be easy. Like, how are you to tell me it's going to be easy if you've never experienced what I've experienced, you know? So I'm all for therapy, but I will have to, my thing, I will have to, first, I'm about to pick the right person. And I know that's going to take, we're going to have to go through some things for me to figure out if this should be the right person or not. And then secondly, I think I want to have like a Christian therapist, you know, not to be all religious or anything like that. But I want somebody to not only talk to me from, you know, their experience, but, you know, godly as well. You know, pray with me and let me know that things going to be okay. So I'm down. I'm most definitely down for therapy.
Yeah. So I know in the Black community, we all heard what happens at home stays at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the reasons why we feel like we cannot see a therapist. It's like, I don't want to dish out my family business. I know for me, I'm like, I don't want to tell you my family business. And then you start judging my family and saying, oh, they were wrong. I have this defense mode when it comes to my family. Like, they make me mad, but nobody else can like tell me that they're wrong. Like, don't do that. Don't let me say it and you just nod. Do you guys feel that?
I think that's the good thing about having a therapist though, because like if I was to tell you guys, you know, everybody family has some stuff going on that they don't really want other people to know. Like if I was to tell you guys like, oh, my family did this and this and this, then that's going to create a, you know, a picture in you guys' head when y'all see them or greet them or whatever the case may be. But therapists, like, they're only sitting in a room with you. They're never going to be at the family barbecues. They're not about to be at the table with your family or anything like that. So it's like you just basically, you can tell this person and feel confident like this is not going to leave outside of this room.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that we're all dealing with. And oftentimes we deal with it in isolation or we talk to our friends about it. But our friends are really not qualified for it. And sometimes I think when we go to them, they dealt with the same thing. So their only advice is to keep on going, pray about it. And I mean, because what advice can I give you? I'm dealing with it and I don't even see a therapist. So like, I don't know what to say. And I'm just not trained in that. To me, it seems like that's what Black people deal with. So I'm like, yeah, we all deal with that. But as the older I get, the more I realize it was not normal. It should never happen. It was not my fault that it happened. And
like those fights at the family barbecue, everybody be eating barbecue, dancing, slapping hands, high-fiving, playing dominoes. And it's like as soon as the sun starts to go down, it starts to be fights breaking out. And everybody at first they're shocked, like, what's going on? Why they fighting? What's going on? And then the next time everybody's like, okay, they fighting again, they tripping again. Then the third time is like, man, just move the food out the way. Because we want to make sure like we normalize that. Like, man, like after a certain hour, it's fight night.
Yeah. I think we all could probably benefit from some therapy. Nate, do you?
Most definitely. And see, my thing is, I want my therapist, like, I think that's another reason why too, is because I don't know how much of my money you're going to be able to have with dealing with all that I've dealt with. Because we could be here all day long. And if you're charging by the hour, honey, you're going to be in my pockets. So, I know that I want to talk to somebody, you know, physically, but a lot of times, like I said, I don't talk to my friends, I most definitely talk to God. And I just, you know, put my faith in him, you know, have him feel like that, make me feel better on the inside. But I know a therapist is probably what I would recommend personally.
Yeah. And I think God puts people in your life to like kind of shape you and mold you, just like our discussion right now is putting that on your mind. Like maybe I do need to see a therapist. Like I said, for me, I know for sure I need to see a therapist. I just haven't done it. I was going to do it when I lived in Houston. I got scared. I said, I don't want to hurt my business. I don't trust these people. And then my personality, I was thinking they're probably not gonna be able to deal with my personality. So I mean, and then I guess it was just I didn't have enough information to be comfortable enough to just go ahead and sit down with a trained therapist. But it's definitely on my list.
Yeah, I think our community probably has trust issues too. And I think that probably like we got a lot of trust issues. I think everybody probably confided in like one person one time and like something bad just went wrong. I think therapy would be good too when it comes to relationships, because all that trauma and that the non-trust you pulling into a relationship, like that's crazy. Imagine two broken people being together like that. That really damages. I'm all for Black love, so that really damages our households, you know, because it's so much trauma and everybody trying to sort their stuff out. You can get yourself together to a point and then come together. That'll definitely help out the Black households. Because I mean, our generation is definitely different than the past generations. If the past generations, they could sweep stuff under the rug and go about their day, still live together, still act like everything is normal. For our generation, we a little bit people might think we rebellious, but it's like we're not going to take any BS.
We more stand our ground than anything. Yeah.
We're going to stand our ground regardless, and what we feel is right, and what we feel is wrong. But at the same time, like I said, we had trust issues. So, I mean, I definitely think, you know, if we sit down and really think about it and, you know, realize like, okay, if I can go talk to somebody, I can get myself together. Because a lot of people out here, a whole mess, you know, trying to be in relationships, trying to have healthy relationships, not just with, you know, the opposite sex, but in friendships too. And it's like, when you so broken down, it's like, how can you build that relationship with somebody else when you don't have a good relationship with yourself?
That's because a lot of them is looking for other people to actually fix them, which they actually have to go deeper and accept the fact that they need healing. A lot of people look for other people, which drains the other person, you know, so end up just being a whole other, you know, mess or whatnot. So
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you guys have read. It's a book by my auntie Oprah Winfrey, and this guy named Bruce Perry, and it's called "What Happened to You," and it kind of challenges you to think about what happened to you versus what's wrong with you. Because oftentimes we ask people, what's wrong with you? And they're like, nothing, it's nothing's wrong with me. But when you ask what happened to you, you dig deeper into their childhood and you realize a lot of the trauma that they experienced when they were younger has a lot to do with the attitude that they have now. So it's a great book. We'll highly recommend it. I'm going to put it right here so you can see it.
Yeah, which it actually goes back to when we was talking about relationships last week. I believe we did mention it when it was saying how somebody can be, depending on how somebody acts, it has a lot to do with how they grew up.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a question today. It is actually in response to a Facebook post where he asked the question, and I believe he was from Kansas City, Kansas, not sure. But he asked, how many no-call, no-shows do you get in the talking stage? I'm going to go first. Because actually, I realized, so during the talking stage, this is where you both have kind of expressed your interest in one another. So you both are wanting something serious with one another. I'm assuming that's what the talking stage. For me, that's what the talking stage is. I've narrowed it down. Me and you, we're definitely in the talking stage. So I feel like if you're positioning yourself in that talking stage, why would there be a no call, no show? Like, you want to court me, you want to date me. I give my job notice when I'm not going to be at work. So, because I'm responsible, clearly. So I can't even trust you to be responsible enough to like give me a text message and say, hey, I'm going to have to reschedule. And I'm grateful that I've never experienced a no call, no show, but that would be a no-go for me because I'm a respectable person. So I'm going to let you know.
So it's like when we say no call, no show, y'all talking about like being stood up or something?
Yeah, like say that they probably gonna come over or say they probably gonna take you somewhere, but then when the time come, you don't show up. Don't show up.
And don't call.
Yeah. Don't hear nothing. Don't call. Don't text. Nothing. Don't communicate anything.
See, that's just a form of disrespect because there ain't no way you about to call in, not show up for work, and not tell your manager or your supervisor what's going on. So I need the same respect that you're going to give to your job. Unless you like, I mean, it would have to be something serious. You would have to be in ICU on your deathbed or something, even then you can pass the phone to your mom and say, hey, can you text her because she wait. I mean, I guess you can't say that, but
I'm not about to play with you.
I guess the mama, he can't say that if he on his deathbed. I mean, but give me that same respect that you would give to your supervisor. Don't just have me out here waiting for you, waiting for a call or text, or going to the restaurant. I'm sitting up there looking silly. Like, let me know something. Because automatically for me, I'm just going to block you. I mean, why are you wasting my time? I'm a grown woman. I could have been doing something else. I'm grown. I'm busy. I could have been doing something else, but I took time out of my day because you initiated that you wanted to go out on a date or you wanted to do this, and now you acting like you ghosting, and I don't have time for that. So it's just one striking you out for me. So
period. Now for me, it would depend. Like if it's like if we're talking and you forget to like text me or something like that, I'm not gonna go like all the way, ham on you or whatever it be like. But if I'm all dressed up and we're going on a date, that's a different scenario for me. Like I can't, like, you're not gonna have me. It takes me 2 hours to get dressed, so you're not gonna have me getting all beautified and then you decide that you won't show up to take me on a date, or you're not even gonna call or tell me why you're not. Now I'm not gonna sit around like and punish you if I don't get a text or a good morning text, something like that, because I mean, me personally, I forget to text too. So I mean, and it is what it is at that point, but it depends on what level of, the no call, no show that we're at. Now, if it's just maybe like a text that you're forgetting to text me and tell me something like that, or I'm not waiting on nobody. That's first and foremost. I'm not waiting on nobody. So I'm not gonna sit around and wait for a good morning text. I'm not sit around and wait for a good night text, something like that. But like I said, if it's like a date and something serious, it's like a date or something like that, then yeah, you get one strike with me, and that's it.
Alrighty. For me, it is a deal breaker. However, I have gave people many, like, another chance. Things do happen, but I feel like with this day and age, everybody, text is quick to send. So,
what's the time frame? What's the time frame on how long you been on?
That's another thing too. What's the time frame?
You talking about what's the time frame on how long y'all been in a talking stage?
Well, I guess
okay.
I guess it's like the person that you kind of just met.
Right.
I think that's talking stage like that. I feel like the talking stage is like y'all both have expressed some type of interest in one another. Because you can talk to a lot of people, but if I'm in the talking stage with you, like we both express like I'm kind of interested in getting to know you better. Maybe it's my personality. I don't like to get to know 5, 6, 7 people at a time. So when I'm getting to know you, I'm just gonna be focused on getting to know you, and that's why. If it doesn't work out in that talking stage and I cut you off and then I go to my next talking stage with my next person.
See, I don't take the talking stage serious though. That's me.
That's the problem. You gotta take all the stages serious.
I don't know. And that is the biggest where all those signs and everything really be showing.
Right. So and that's
let me retract on mine. Let me retract on mine. So maybe I'm supposed to say, because I'm big for communication. Before I was gonna cut him off, I was gonna block him, something like that. It was like a date that he didn't show up to. I'm gonna reach out, or hopefully he reaches out and explains to me why you did not show up on this date.
Well, he did reach out. That's why it's a no call, no show, boo.
Oh, so he did reach out?
He did. That's why it's a no call, no show. He did.
So if he okay, so let me
no call, no text, no show, nothing, nada.
What about the next day?
No, we talk.
So if somebody doesn't matter. That's
why you in the house. That's why I don't know. Did you see my face? I'm like, what?
What happens if somebody's mama was in the hospital? Damn. I mean, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
My thing is like, I feel like even by the time I wake up, even though that I'm already like, okay, irritated already because you're supposed to have showed up last night, right? But if I don't have like something on my phone by the time I wake up in the morning, it's a problem. It's a problem.
My thing is, if I'm talking to you, I have set aside all the other prospective people that I could be talking to. Don't waste my time. Life is too short. Do not waste my time. If you are not going to go, then you need to give me respect. So it's like, I'm responsible enough to let you know, blah, 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 blah. This happened. I'm not going to be able to meet you. And that's not saying I'm going to be sitting by my phone texting you the whole time. I just told you I'm busy. Can't make it. We're going to have to reschedule. Call you later to discuss. To me, it's all about respect. If you cannot respect me during this little talking stage, then listen, go over there.
I was just trying to let you guys see a different perspective if somebody was sick. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to seem like I'm an insensitive woman.
I mean, like, I get it if somebody was sick. Like, you still need to give some type of explanation. You know, you have a lot of men who don't. They act like they don't know how to communicate, but they do. They know how to talk. They know how to hold a conversation. They know how to write paragraphs with bros. They know how to do that. So it's kind of like, can you at least give me that same far as within respect? It goes back to what Trina was saying. At the end of the day, you wasting my time. Don't waste my time.
And Tier, I think you should take your talking stages serious, darling.
Because how you just like for real, Tier, like the talking stage matter because how you gonna get to the next thing?
I mean, like I take the talking stage serious, but I'm not going to be like death row during the talking stage.
We're talking about, say, if you are planning on going on a date, right? Like you said, you get to take you 2 hours to get all beautified, and then you don't hear nothing.
Yeah, and that's why I said. That's why I said it's easier for me to be like, okay, that's straight, and it's over with. Like, yeah, it's a difference between.
Okay, so that's what we're saying. So you agree?
So, but no call, no show don't mean no texting. That doesn't mean you didn't text me. It means literally you did not call and you did not show up. Show up physically. And you did not physically.
Okay, so that's
show up physically. No call, I'm no texting, nothing.
So
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, well, somebody got a text or something like that, and you're like, I'm like, dang, y'all gonna put on.
No. That's what we're talking about. Far as no call, no show. You're supposed to come through, supposed to do something. You know, supposed to take you out somewhere, whatever. That's what we're talking about. Not when it's just a random day and you're like, oh, I didn't hear from them. You know, not that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the same too. If you give somebody your number, or if you in that talking stage and then they kind of disappear for like a week or something, like I
feel like if it's that extreme, then obviously you're not interested.
At that point.
That's a cutoff too, because are you trying to get to know me or are you not trying to get to know me? Because you ain't said nothing the whole week. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Well, I think going into my next talking stages, because I'm definitely not doing it right now. I will. I'm not doing that right now.
You know what? Honestly, some people really don't need an explanation. They know what the hell they doing, and that's just being honest. I think I'm to a point too, to where I'm not about to be explaining to you exactly what the hell you know that you're doing. I get it. Granted, some things to where it's like you don't know that you intentionally do, and it could be addressed, but. When it's black and white, you know that you didn't text me, you know that you didn't show up, you didn't know, because it is like when they do the no call, no show, the next day is what is it? You already know the response. What you doing?
Or they could say they were in the hospital because they broke their leg.
Or
and the hospital didn't get any signal, and then the next time they no call, no show, then they'll say, "Oh, I was in jail." I'm like, that's crazy. You always get on Friday and Saturday. How do you get out on Sunday? I thought the judge normally show up on Monday to decide.
That's fine. Don't call me to try to burn your ass out, because I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
Don't call me. Call your mama.
Don't call your mama.
They need to be bonded out of jail now. Come on. They just said they were in jail.
I mean, y'all talking about y'all want them to call y'all, so what if they call and say, hey, I need some bail money?
I get a call, call from Click. No,
I'm gonna
call my phone carrier and ask, how did that?
Well, no, like seriously, but I ain't never messed with nobody in jail. So,
but he's going to jail on date night, and you want him to call you, right? Because you don't want to do no call, no show. So if he call you from jail, then
T, don't say that. Don't say that.
He can sit on the phone with you in jail while you're at the restaurant.
You tell him, like, baby, come on.
Ain't running down my phone. You gotta pay for those calls. Just go ahead. As soon as I hear you have a collect call from Elroy, I'm be like,
oh, he old as hell.
Elroy.
All right, he old as hell. Trina, let me find out you want a 50-year-old.
What is it? BJ? Little Mo the
You
kid?
so silly.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like, email us your questions or your thoughts on therapy. And if anybody has any good stories to tell us about their therapy experiences, then please let us know so that we can get the courage to go out there and get help. And remember, your mental health is just important as your physical health. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.